Hello, everyone. Today is a podcast, not like every time, is a chill one. We're going to talk together about one story in particular, which was very interesting experience, but it was so special. So it's a story time. Take a little tea, a cup of tea, and just chill down. Sit on a chair, I don't know, and something very comfortable to hear that little story. It's not going to be so long, but be comfortable. It's also always good to be comfortable when you hear something new. As your title said, the first time that I went in jail, I didn't went in jail. I didn't get in jail, but I went to visit because I was in in low formation. I didn't find the right word. And so they just decided to let me in into the jail. So at first I was like, "Oh, there is a jail behind the trial." And yes, there is. So we went. There were a lot of office. So I'm going to explain the first steps. We were in trial, and they said we have to go in a ground. So we took the left. Then he, the lawyer, which was with me, of course, I wasn't alone. He take the key, he opened the first door because there were a lot of doors. Then we walk, took the stairs, we continue. It was at first locals. There were also offices, people were working, and I was like, what I'm doing? I was just walking. Then we took the stairs again. It was not anymore offices. It was a police officer. It was very serious at the end. And then we continue. Uh, I don't know, like 10 or uh, 11 minutes by foot. It was very, very long and many doors. We took wow, it was like very long. And suddenly I was arrived with the lawyer, and he just says to me, okay, are you ready to discover what is a jail? And I look at him like, okay, so where I am? And he opened the door, and what it was, there were uh many like many doors. They were orange with a little circle as as um as a window. Sorry. And I was like, no, I really don't want to be there even for 1 hour. It was very dark. There were only lights and no window from the outside. There wasn't they no sunny, nothing, just the light of the room. And then he said, okay, come in. So he opened the door for me. I was the first one. Then police was like, "Where? What are you doing?" The lawyer, he said, "We are coming to talk with my clients." And so I was feeling like too little. So I followed him. The police officer take the keys and open the door of the guilty. No, not the guilty story. Sorry, because he wasn't judged now. he wasn't judged. He was waiting for his trial, but he he was in jail actually in waiting, and he opened the door, and we came into a little room with a table, two chairs, and another one at the end of the room. So we were three: the lawyer, me, and the the client. So the lawyer gives me a little chair. The police officer closed the door, and we had just a light, which was um, opening and then close and then opening and then close. I don't know how to say it in English, but I think you have understood. Like in the horror things, you know, when you are very worried and then suddenly the light is going down or something like this. That was the same. That was the same, and I was very, very worried, but there was nothing at all, but just the ambience. You know how is it? It's the mood. You are in a jail. There is a criminal, and whoa. Anyway, so the lawyer asked him if it was possible for me to stay here because the client, if he says no, I would come outside. He decides, and he was looking at me with his eyes like fixed. He fixed me up, like fixed me like I don't know, like three, 30 second, or yes, 30 second. It was very long, very very long, and I not got afraid, but I was like, why he's looking at me like this? I was like, oh, if he's going out, if I saw him on the streets, what he would do to me? He would recognize me. I don't know. That was very strange. I was too little. I didn't say to you, but I was in high school. I was too little. And he just says to me, okay, this is okay. He was not actually talking in French because I'm French. He didn't talk in French. He had a particular language from his country. I don't know. He was maybe from Guyana or Africa. I don't know really, but he was a stranger, not from France, the country where I was. So the door were closed. The light was actually shaking, like opening and not opening, etc. And the client was fixed at me like 30 seconds, and I was like, where I am. But then he speaks with his lawyer, and I just was very into the conversation. I was feeling like I was the lawyer and he was talking about the case. It was very short because they asked us to come to the trial because finally they were not late. So I don't know, I spent maybe 5 minutes, not more, and they they took the handcuff and let him uh, go first. The 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 client went the first to go and out of the room, and then I spoke a little bit avec con with sorry with with the lawyer, and he talked a little bit about the case. So to explain you more, he was accused of trafficking, of drugs trafficking, and he had been declared. I don't know if he was guilty or not because it was a big, big uh, like a big drug ring. Sorry, I was going to to Google traduction translation because I didn't know how to say it in English, but this is the case. So there were like maybe 20 or more than it. It was too much complicated, so they didn't give the sentence in the right moment. Like it spent more than 1 month to analyze all the people who are implicated on the case. So it was more difficult than it. But if I give, if I can give a conclusion for this, it's very fascinating for all the people who is very um, into law or into lawyer profession and love really the word of justice. Go to a jail if you have the possibility and see how the lawyer are communicating with his client. It's really interesting. I was too little, so I was imagining and fascinating with light, with I don't know, with the all the people who were around, police officer. I was like, oh, they were criminal. It was really seriously, and so my advice is really go there, go not only there, go also to the trial to really see what is um, like the justice in practice and no in theory that we have in university and things like this, you know. So and this is one of my first experience against a justice, and it was very it was very nice, and I laughed a lot, but I have a very good souvenir of it. Hello everyone. Today